Okay. So again, thank you everyone for coming in today. I wish I had even more answers, but as usual, you know, as you see from the TV and the media, there's still a lot of unknown, but I wanted to, you know, come together to just give as much as I know and that, you know, to answer any questions.
OK， 咁校長話咧，好多歡迎大家咧係嚟參加呢個會議，咁樣我哋會錄低呢個會議，咁咧校長話咧，希望咧其實佢有多啲答案可以話到俾你大家聽，但係大家都知道咧，喺傳媒知道咧，仲有好多咧係唔清楚嘅資料。但校長咧會盡量咧係盡佢能力咧係話俾大家聽佢需知道嘅資料。
Okay. Wendy, is it a little broken up? Is it me or is it you? It's a little slow.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Maybe me. If maybe me, then I probably will have to go on using my phone to do that. So
okay.
I think maybe my connection is not that great. So should we stay on try a little bit? If I have problem, then I will change to do it by the phone. Probably phone would be better.
Okay, thank you.
You don't hear me.
All right. Yeah, I hear you, but it's a little choppy. Okay, I just want to, again, always start with the mood meter and just want to see how everyone's at. So the red is very angry, frustrated, nervous. Blue is depressed or sad. Green, think of the grass as calm. And then yellow, happy or excited. So just curious if you want to type in the chat how you're doing. So I just want to see how people are doing right now. Okay, very good. So you can either type a letter, type the color or a word, how you're feeling.
校長好多時咧都喺開始嗰時係用我個 mood meter， 咁紅色係代表嬲，藍色代表沮喪，綠色係開心，然之後 yellow 咧，黃色咧係呢個綠色係呢個 calm 平和，黃色咧係好細，咁你可以打呢字咧俾校長知道你哋嗰個咧咩咁樣。Wendy, do you hear me? Is my translation okay?
Yeah, it's a little slow though. It's choppy, right, Nomi? Yeah, so yeah, it's slowing down when you speak. So it might be your internet today.
Okay. Maybe I'm back. I'm gonna get something.
Okay. Mr. Ewan, while Wendy I'm gonna unmute you. While she is trying to get a call in, can you help translate a little bit? Let's see if Mr. Ewan's working. Can you unmute Mr. Ewan?
Okay.
Okay, you're broken up.
Can you hear me clearly?
Not great. Am I being?
I'm unmuted now.
It's okay. Also a little broken up. It's okay. We'll keep going. Am I clear? Okay, that's okay. All right. So, anyways, I'm going to, I just want to see how everyone's doing. So today, we sent out the notifications for the what cohort you're in. So either A, B, C, or D. Okay. So if you didn't get it, if you can email office@desoto130.org because we sent it out. We know there were some glitches, I think, because so many went out today. So I just want to let everyone know.
Can you do it, Wendy?
Yeah, Wendy can try.
Thank you.
Harry, can you just do it? And I have to be careful.
Okay, she has to restart. So Harry, go ahead.
No problem. Okay. 今日校務處咧就發出咧每一個學生係屬於邊一組嘅。咁如果咧你哋冇收到，因為有好多發出好多信息，所以咧如果你哋係收唔到或者咧唔清楚嘅話咧，就歸電郵俾校長嗰度，用校長嘅電郵通知校務處。
Okay. And again, if you have any questions, I'm going to go through the chat and I'll try to answer everything because that's what I'm here for, okay? If you apply fully remote, you should have gotten a letter that says D, that you're fully remote. Again, if you didn't, email office at DeSoto 130. I'll type in the email, all right? Office at DeSoto130.org, okay? So that's the email. Harry, can you let them know?
如果你哋係申請咗話學生全部喺屋企上堂嘅話，上課嘅話咧，就應該有個 D 字，D 字咧就係即係 remote 嗰個組，就全部喺屋企上堂。咁如果係冇收到嘅話，或者有咩嘢問題，就唔該。
Okay, sorry about that. Okay.
Rennie.
Yep.
Just in case when they email to the office, make sure they put on the child's name and their birthday.
Okay.
So we know which child we're looking for.
Okay. So again, if you email, make sure you say your child's name, okay? And yeah, and their date of birth, because we have some students with the same last name. Same first name and last name. Okay. Oh, Harry, you're muted. You're muted.
Excuse me, can you repeat the email again?
Oh, yeah, I wrote it in the chat, but it's office at DeSoto, DESOTO 130.org. And I put it, yeah, I put it in the chat too. Okay. John asked, at the District 2 at the meeting, they said that there was 36% remote. Our school currently is over 60%. We're at almost 64% remote. So we have over 470 students who have chosen for full remote so far.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, very quick. Yes, great.
Okay, good. I'm using my phone now. 頭先校長話咧，我哋而家 you said 64% remote,
yeah,
right?
We're about 64%, yeah.
OK， 頭先校長話咧，我哋大概而家有64個百分比嘅 percent 嘅學生咧係喺屋企上課嘅。
Yeah, so right now we have about 100 students coming in every day or less, just to let everyone know, like in the school.
OK， 而家咧就睇情況啦，我哋大概每一日咧大概有100個或者少於100個學生咧嚟學校上堂。
Yeah, currently cohort A is a little bigger, a little bit over 100, but the other ones are less than 100. Cohort B, cohort C.
OK， A 組咧大概咧就有100多過少100個學生，其他啲組咧，其他個組別咧就少過100個學生。
And again, if you have an emergency or you have a problem with the cohort, we don't want to make changes all over the place. But if you have a special circumstance, just email office at DeSoto130.org, and we'll try to make the changes as best as we can to accommodate.
校長話咧，我哋唔希望咧有太大嘅變動，但係如果你真係有啲好特別嘅情況咧，你可以聯絡學校咧，係咪睇下咧其實係要求咧係轉嗰個組別。
Okay, Eric asked a good question about the parking situation. We are trying to close the streets so that it'll ease the dismissal and also arrival, to close the streets so that we can come in and out. In terms of closing the parking lot, because there's so limited parking, we're going to try to reduce the parking in the lot so that if we need to use the space, but the space downstairs, outside, we would use for dismissal and arrivals, but not necessarily for playing.
Right. 咁我哋咧會要求咧就喺開課返學同埋咧放學嘅時間咧係閂咗條街咁樣，咁咧就係方便我哋接送。咁另外咧可能我哋喺嗰個parking lot 咧，令到咧即係都做一啲嘅變動，令到咧其實可以多啲個空間咁樣。
Yeah, we still have the roof where the children can have some recess, and we'll have a schedule where teachers can still take them up to the roof.
咁我哋仍然咧可以咧開嗰個咧天台嗰個空間，即係如果啲老師咧想帶啲學生上邊咧，可以有啲活動嘅空間咁樣。
Okay, Xinghua is asking about the HVAC system. And as people might have seen in the news, they are doing inspections in every single school. So far, our HVAC system is fine. We just need some replacement filters according to our custodial engineer.
喂，咁而家咧，教育局咧其實係咧 inspect 緊，係檢查緊每一間學校。咁我哋 so far 嗰個HVAC system 咧其實係 OK 嘅，咁但係似乎咧教育局咧可能咧要換一啲嘅 filter 咁樣，換一啲嘅隔類嘅系統。
Yeah, as I explained last time, our school is kind of in two sections. One is a new section, and that has central air. Okay, and then the other section is the older part of the school, and that has the installed air conditioners, and so we can open the windows, you know, on both sides.
咁大家都知道咧，我哋學校有兩個部分，有新嗰部分咧，其實咧就係中央系統冷氣系統嘅，另外一邊咧就係比較舊啲嘅，咁咧就係咧可以，但係係每個班房咧係安排會有一個獨立嘅冷氣機，咁一啲窗可以開嘅。
And Maggie is asking a good question. You know, even with every grade, you know, about the whole remote learning and how that is going to work. And so right now we plan to still have all our teachers teaching, whether it's remote or blended. And, you know, we have some teachers here and we're really, really thankful for them for you know, doing their best to service our children.
咁咧有個家長都問咧，就係每一個 grade 嗰啲，如果喺屋企上課嘅學生點安排？咁而家咧校長話咧，我哋都盡量咧希望咧，其實咧我哋嘅老師咧可以咧係教，無論喺教屋企嘅細路仔或者喺學校細路仔咧，都盡量係我哋嘅老師去教咁樣。
And there are a few teachers who are actually totally remote. But even so, we're trying to make it so that teachers will service their official classes, which we will eventually send out. But right now, because there's some changes and still not certainty, we will be, you know, sending out the class teacher and a classroom to the families.
咁咧我哋有幾位老師咧係完全咧係喺屋企教課嘅，咁咧但係咧我哋未有辦法，因為仲有好多改變，所以我哋仲未有辦法咧係 send 到俾大家咧個老師同埋嗰個 official card 佢哋班別嗰個名單，咁因為仲有啲變動嘅關係。
Yeah, as we know, if the city goes above 3% for the infection rate, then the whole system would go remote. And that's why I want everyone to know that they have a teacher and a class in case we go remote at any time.
咁咧，因為紐約市仍然咧係講緊咧，就係如果嗰個感染率係超過3%咧，就會所有學生都會喺屋企上課。咁所以咧，但係我哋會 make sure 咧，就係學校咧有肯定咧個老師同埋呢個班別個名單。
Okay, let me just mute that. Okay, so right now, because we have a mixture of remote and blended, this makes it really tough for the teachers, of course.
咁因為咧而家個情況咧，即係有啲咧就係混合式嘅教課，有啲咧係完全喺屋企嘅上課嘅情況，咁所以咧對我哋老師嚟講係一個好大嘅挑戰。
And of course, our families, you guys are the best. Without you, you know, working together with us, we couldn't do this either. So thank you guys for being like second, third, fourth teachers, you know, to help all of our children at this time. Since March, you guys have been like second-hand teachers. So thank you so much.
咁當然我哋嘅家長亦都係最好嘅家長，因為咧係透過你同我哋一齊合作咧，其實學校咧好感謝啲家長。咁咧其實咧家長咧就好似第二個老師咁樣，就喺3月開始時已經成為咧係第二個老師教啲細路仔。
So right now, because teachers are in the school coming in, most of the teachers, they are, you know, servicing the kids who are coming into school, but they're also helping out remotely also.
咁咧就係翻嚟學校啲老師咧，佢不但止咧會教喺學校喺學校上課嘅學生咧，但係亦都會服務咧喺屋企上課嘅學生。
And so, you know, again, there's still union talks and HR issues with that. But again, we're trying to make it work as best as possible for our children.
咁當然啦，而家仲有教師工會嘅討論嘅問題啊，同埋有啲人力資源嗰個安排嘅問題，但係我哋學校會盡量咧，其實係安排做得最好。
Thanks. Oh, and this is Wendy, our social worker. She's been so good, and I just want to thank you, Wendy, for helping us translate.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay. In terms of after school, that's a great question from KW. Right now, we again everything. I'm so sorry. It's further waiting guidance. But from what I hear, the only one in talks with the city would be CPC. But it would even if CPC is admitted in our building, it would be very limited because of safety protocols.
OK， 有個家長咧問到咧就係課後班啲問題咁樣，咁 so far 咧就只有 CPC 咧係華策會咧其實係申請，咁就算係 CPC 會提供服務咧，都係咧係好少量嗰個限額啊名額啊咁樣。
Yeah, so as of right now, we don't have any confirmation of any after school being approved. CPC is in the works, but we haven't gotten confirmation yet.
So far 我哋係冇確實邊一個 after school program 咧課後班咧係得到咧批准，咁但係 CBC 咧其實喺度相安排緊。
Okay, someone asked, can you still put your child in remote learning? Yes. All you have to do is go to the school's website. I mean, not the school's website, the DOE website, and let me share my screen, and I can show you how to do that. Okay. I'm gonna mute all.
Thank you for you're so glad to have her as your humanities teacher. You're new, and then you're new. You're sixth grade. You're new.
Okay. Can everyone see my screen? It's a bit of a mess, so I'm gonna try to get to. Okay, so if we go to a new window, okay, you can see how many things I have. So if you go to schools.nyc.gov, okay, and then you go to school year 2021, return to school 2020, okay, and then when you go to welcome to the 2021 school year, this is where you can fill out. Well, actually, return to school, and it's usually right here, where you can, yeah. Oh, here it is, the Learning Preference Survey. So if you click on that, all right, you can still go remote, and then if you let the office know also, and again, you can change the language here, okay? So that's how you do that, okay? Wendy, you want to just let them know? Let me unmute Wendy. Okay.
Okay. You hear me now? You hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. 咁咧，啲家長咧有個家長問咧，而家仲可唔可以咧係幫個細路仔係申請喺屋企上課？咁校長話係可以嘅。頭先校長俾大家睇到咧，就喺 DOE 個 website 咧，你入到我個網站嗰度咧係 Return to School 2020啊，咁其中有一個叫 Language Preference Survey。咁咧，如果你轉做中文咧，你可以入我個網站嗰度咧，係去登記。咁當然你登記完之後咧，都希望你通知學校，話俾學校知道咧，你想個細路仔咧係改成咧喺屋企上課。
Okay, Ms. Perez, I'm sorry that, yeah, it's been such a crazy day. We've gotten a lot of emails back already, but I'm going to give my email also. So you can also let me know, and I can also let you know right away, or sometimes I can forward something to you directly, all right? So I'm going to give my email to everyone. Let me do that again, everyone in the meeting. Let me just give my email. Okay, so Wendy, can you let them know that's my email?
OK， 咁咧校長咧而家 post 緊俾大家睇咧，就係校長個 email 130學校嗰個電訊嗰個信箱嗰個地址。如果家長有問題嘅話咧，可以直接咧係 email 俾校長。
Okay. Okay. Okay, so some of you, yeah, are saying you didn't get the email today. So we'll work on that. Yeah, I think they were sending so many out today that the system was glitching. So again, thanks to Ms. Lindy, our business manager. She was working all morning and kept getting knocked out. So we apologize if you didn't get the email.
有啲家長話咧收唔到個 email，咁但係咧校長咧係道歉咧，因為咧其實今朝我哋咧係信咗好多 email，但係因為好多咧係被個 system 嗰個網站嘅問題咁樣，亦都好多謝我哋嘅business manager 阿 Lindy 咧係今朝咧做咗不斷咁信出呢個 email。
Yeah, and also our whole office staff, Ms. Chang, Diane has been on vacation, but she's still answering a lot of phone calls. Ms. Ellis, she has inputted all the names into the system, so we're really thankful for them.
我哋都好多謝咧，譬如 Miss Chang Diane 雖然佢放緊假the family coordinator 咧放緊假咧，仍然咧係回答好多問題，同埋 Miss Alice 咧佢亦都做幫手咧係整理好多資料。
Okay, Susan, that's a great question. Asking if there's things to be picked up. Right now, a lot of our curriculum will be digital, like the books and even some of the assignments, they're done through the PDF. But if there are books to be picked up or if we make packets or anything, then the teacher would definitely let you know, and we would do it in a safe manner, probably, pick it up outside or something like that. But that's a great question.
有個家長咧問咧，而家有冇啲咩嘅學習課程嘅資料係要 pick up 咁要攞嘅？咁咧校長話咧，而家基本上好多啲課程嘅資料咧都係用 digital， 都係網站網絡嘅。咁所以如果假如真係有啲資料要 pick up， 要大家要攞嘅話咧，學校會通知大家，亦都會用一個好安全嘅方法去做可能喺即係學校之外出邊嘅地方度俾大家攞咁樣。
Yeah, so a parent asked about cohort changing. We don't want to, once that opens up a can of worms, but if there's a special circumstance, and you have a very good reason why to change the cohort, we'll take that into consideration. But the way we did it was all the siblings stayed together. And if there was, again, special circumstances, a reason why someone had to be in a cohort. But again, you can email and request, and we'll do our best and try to work with you as best we can.
有啲家長咧係問到咧，可唔可以幫佢哋嘅細路仔轉個組別咁樣？咁校長話咧，其實我哋唔希望咧有太多嘅變動，但係如果你真係有特殊嘅情況嘅話咧，其實咧你或者好有理由要要求改變嘅話咧，可以聯絡呢個校長學校，我哋會盡量咧係盡量做好。但係其實我哋已經盡量咧係將啲細路仔，譬如佢哋係兄弟姊妹咧，盡量幫佢安排喺同一個組別返學咁樣。
Okay, and thanks again to John. He also gave the site, the direct address website to fill out the survey.
Okay. 頭先有個家長其實係有個送出一個 email 一個係俾大家睇到係邊個網站可以咧填嗰個咧，其實係選擇返學方法嗰個問卷咁樣。
Ms. Kessel, yeah, we mentioned the learning bridges, and that's for parents who are requesting daycare for children. And she's asking if there's been any updates about that. But besides them giving us the link, we haven't gotten any updates on that.
OK， 有個家長問到咧，所謂 learning bridges 係嗰個咧係托兒服務嗰個安排，咁咧就校長話咧，其實喺即係 so far 咧教育局咧，其實我哋只係知道個 link 嗰個網站，但係未有任何新嘅資料。
Yeah, she's also asking a very legitimate question. Because the class is so small, can we then let kids come in every day? And this is where the health comes in and the safety and also personnel, where we can't change a model and go rogue. We have to follow the DOE models. And that's why we chose Model 2, is not just the number of children, but maintaining safety and also staffing.
Okay. 咁有個家長問咧，如果個班咁細可唔可以我個細路仔每日都返學咁樣？咁咧校長話咧，其實咧呢個係一個安全嗰個考慮到安全個問題，同埋都係嗰個職員同埋學生嘅比例嘅問題。咁所以其實咧係因為我哋選咗咁嘅模式嘅話咧，其實唔可以做出任何嘅改變。
And I want to explain another thing about about staffing also, because the classes are small. We, in some instances, we're going to combine two classes together so the teachers can help out the children and also do some of the remote. So this is how we're trying to be creative. And again, thank you to our teachers for, working with, us and the family so that your child, if they are blended or remote, they might see a few, of teachers from the grade helping each other out.
咁咧，亦都要同埋校長咧解釋咧嗰個職員嗰個教師個安排。咁因為個班別咁細嘅關係咧，我哋咧會將兩個班咧將佢合併喺一齊。咁即係話咧，有啲老師咧係會咧可以喺學校咧係照顧啲學生，同時咧亦都可以教咧啲網絡喺教屋企嘅學生咁。所以可能咧你哋個細路仔會見到呢啲老師咧合作啊咁樣。咁我哋好多謝啲老師咧，其實咧係願意咁樣做。
Thank you. Maggie, great question. Sorry about this. We explained this last time, but some parents are getting constant reminders from Aparu, which used to be CareMonkey, to fill out the blue card. If there's anything that you can't answer, you can just put NA from what we heard last time, and that'll let you, finish filling out the form.
係，咁有個家長問咧就話佢收到咧好多啲教育局送出嚟 Hvac Opera 嗰個一啲嘅 reminder 咁樣，一啲嘅提示咁樣。如果有啲問題大家係填唔到嘅話，你填 NA 就得噶啦，咁就可以繼續咁樣。
Okay. Susan, if we had a dollar for every time everyone has been asking that, we would all be millionaires. She's asking, will the remote and in-person start? And do we have an official school start date? That is $1 million question. If anyone has a crystal ball. So what happens is it's supposed to start on September 10th, but we know that negotiations are still going on. If you guys watch the news, you know that there's still union talks going on. So I wish I could give you that answer. Every principal, every teacher wish we knew if September 10th is going to start for online learning or not yet, or even in person. But that is what is right now the tentative date.
咁咧有個家長問咧，究竟幾時開始係喺屋企網絡上課，同埋即係返學校上課啊咁樣？咁咧就蘇花校長話咧，其實仍然冇有一個正式咧係正式嗰個公佈。咁大家都知道咧，理論上應該係9月10號咧，咁係開課。咁但係因為工會仲同呢個教育局咧係議論當中，咁仍然有好多不同嘅轉變。咁所以校長希望可以俾到大家嘅答案，但係咧似乎仲未有正式嗰個公佈。
Yeah, I have barely any hair left on my head because we know that September 10th is like, hello, it's in 2 weeks after tomorrow. I know that. And so, yeah, I'm thinking you might even know before I know. We'll probably find out on the news together. But yeah, so thank you for your patience and understanding. That is really, really, really one of the toughest things right now. The not knowing.
校長都覺得好頭痛，因為咧其實9月10號咧，即係如果聽日開始計咧，就2個禮拜之後就已經係9月10號啦。咁咧其實大家都仲未知，咁可能校長都可能同大家一樣咧，就喺透過新聞先知得到咁樣。但係校長咧好感激大家咧係明白嘅情況啦，同埋咧好有耐性咧等候個消息。
Bridget, asked about, that also came as a surprise to a lot of us about the outdoor space for outdoor classrooms. So unless we had like an unlimited budget to get furniture and tents and everything, that would be a hard reality. We do have roof space, but in terms of closing the street, even safety wise, how busy Hester and also Baxter Street can be. We don't plan to close the street and have classes outside of the school right there because of safety and the practicality of doing that, because of our busy streets. So safety of the children first. So I want to let everyone know the update on that.
咁有戶外上課咁樣，咁但係校長話咧，其實除非我哋會有好多嘅資源可以買到啲台啊凳啊好多 tent 啊咁樣，咁基本上係好難進行。咁雖然我哋有天台啊，但係空間又好有限，咁同埋咧，即係如果你將條街閂咗 Hester 街，其實好忙，即係好繁忙嘅。咁其實好難咧進行喺戶外呢個教法。咁 so far 咧學校咧係冇諗住冇計劃咧，就係要求閂咗條街啊，咁樣去喺戶外學習。咁同埋因為咧其實咧係唔係好實際，同埋亦都考慮到咧學生嗰個安全問題咧係優先為主。
Mark, this is the kind of question that can get me in trouble. How does the school staff feel about the reopening? I think, with a system so big, the biggest in the whole country, right? And also because we can technically open because of the low infection rate, it's actually added more variables and made it harder to plan. You know, like if it was totally remote, I think it'd be, of course, easier. But then for families, you know, who need students, their children sometimes to come to school, that's been really, really hard. So that not knowing, I think, especially for our families too, has been the hardest thing about the reopening.
係，咁有個家長問咧，就有個家長問，咁啲學校嘅老師對於學校開課個感覺係點樣，感受咁點樣？咁校長話咧，其實呢個咧其實係一個好大嘅問題，因為同埋因為紐約市嗰個感染率低，所以我哋先至可以 open。咁但係其實因為而家加咗好多唔同嗰個學習方法咧，其實咧係咁多個唔同嗰個因素咧，亦都好難呢個咧，其實好難去安排或者計劃。咁其實咧，啲老師同家長一樣咧，其實都覺得係唔知道個真實情況咧，其實係最難嘅。
Grace asked about the class sizes, and yeah, so I mentioned that where some classes might be combined, we would definitely not go over any limit. But it's not necessary that every class is tiny, because we might combine classes so that one teacher can help the kids in front of them while another, you know, then checks in on the kids remotely.
咁咧有個家長問咧啲學校嗰個就班別嘅人數問題，咁咧校長話咧，雖然咧其實我哋會將啲班別合併，但係一定咧唔會咧係超過嗰個咧係限額咁樣，咁亦都唔表示咧佢一定係好細，因為咧其實咧當嗰兩個班別合併嘅時候咧，個老師咧有個老師可能咧就係照顧喺學校上課學生，咁另外個老師可能咧亦都可以照顧咧喺屋企咧係就喺網絡上課嘅學生。
Yeah, Thomas asked a similar question that another, we answered that about, you know, increasing the number of days, and that's not something we can do. And again, it's also to keep each cohort the same, and that's why we wouldn't be able to increase the number of days for each person.
咁咧有個家長亦都再重複又問翻咧，究竟有冇辦法可以加多啲學生上課嗰日子啊咁樣，咁校長話咧，其實呢個係我哋係做唔到，因為亦都考慮啊，因為我哋要將嗰個組別咧係固定咗，因為考慮到個安全問題。
Okay, someone asked me privately about kindergarten. Again, email the office or me about the status, and we can find out that for you. All right.
有個家長問到咧係幼稚園嗰啲問題，咁咧校長話咧你直接聯絡學校嗰個辦公室，我哋會同你咧係講聯絡。
Okay, Tina's asking, yeah, again, the things that we watch on the news about testing, and this is also, like you said, like she said, you know, she saw the president of the UFT speaking about testing. That's something, again, in the talks. I myself, you know, went to get tested 2 days ago. I never knew something can go up your nose so deeply, but yeah, you know, the recommendation is for staff to get tested. They're trying to give them priority and then try to get the results in right away, but there's no mandate that I know of.
咁咧有個家長問到咧係就嗰個virus 嗰個測試嘅問題，咁咧因為似乎咧就而家我個 UFT 咧仍然個 president 咧仍然同市府咧其實係聯繫緊，咁校長咧早2日咧就去做咗嗰個 COVID-19 嗰個測試，但係 so far 佢哋亦都建議啲教師咧職員去做嗰個測試，但係咧其實唔係一個 mandate， 唔係一個咧規定一定要做咁樣，暫時係。
Okay, thanks, Wendy. Jaden, good question about the remote. Is it going to be the same teacher? As I said earlier, if we were all to be totally remote, right, then it would be like March to June, where there would be one teacher mostly. But because of this blended world we're living in, the teachers are really trying to collaborate so that, you know, every grade will be doing you know, be cohesive so that teachers can help each other out. So that is one thing that is not necessarily the same teacher, whether you're in the school or remote or blended. Okay. Mm-hmm.
咁因為咧有個家長問咧，如果係網絡上課嘅細路仔係咪只係有同一個老師咁樣？咁但係校長話，因為如果除非係所有學生都喺網絡上課咧，咁就可以有同一個老師。咁但係因為而家有呢個唔同嘅模式嗰個上課情況咧，咁好多老師咧係合作，佢哋咧係彼此即係合作啊咁樣。咁所以咧其實咧係未必會咧係同一個老師，因為但係佢哋教嘅課程咧都會一樣啊咁樣。
Okay, Julie's asking, yeah, so yeah, we have not sent out class or teacher. We have a list that we're working off of, but again, because there's still, sometimes a teacher might be going remote or changes in the number of families applying for remote. That's why we haven't sent that out. And usually we give it out, at the last day of school, but that's why the big delay. So we're sorry about that.
有個家長問咧，仍然未收到咧，係個班啊同埋老師嘅名單咁樣。咁校長話咧，因為而家仲未可以刪出咧，因為咧有啲唔知道，有啲老師可能仍然咧係會要求咧係喺屋企咧係教課咁樣，或者我哋喺屋企上課學生嘅人數會增加咁樣，所以嗰個名單咧係仍然未能夠咧確實。
Yeah, we're really sorry about this. Like, the office staff is actually on vacation right now. So Ms. Lindy, again, thanks to her, she's been working, even part of her vacation, which should be right now, and she's still here, helping out. That's why we've been, so hard to get things out, because people are technically on vacation and they still go above and beyond because they love the school and the children. So really thanking our staff, and again, thanking families during your vacation for coming in.
喂，咁咧其實咧校長好抱歉咧，係咁嘅情況。咁但係事實上咧，而家係學校亦係放假期間咁，所以其實有啲老師、有啲職員咧仍然放假。咁但係咧放假都好啦 ，Lindy 咧都繼續咧係做咗好多嘢，咁所以咧其實咧係會出現咁嘅情況。
Great question from 58191 about blended learning and what that will look like. One of the things, it's going to be a mixture of live instruction and recordings. And, we've subscribed to a number of things remotely so that we can help our kids who are remote also. One thing, I went to a TC training today. We're with Teachers College, and they have a lot of videos that they've made that we paid for. And this will almost be like a co-teacher where kids can watch the videos of mini lessons and go back to them. And so we're very excited about that. And math also, we subscribe to something where there will be math videos. Again, a combination of live teaching, but also access to these really great videos for children that are very accessible for them.
OK， 咁咧有個家長問咧，就所謂混合式嘅學習係點樣啊？咁樣 blended learning 係點樣？咁校長話咧，其實咧會係咧，其實係包括係綜合咗咧，係其實 recording 一啲嘅睇 video 啦，同埋咧係老師現場嗰個咧係教課咁樣。咁學校咧已經咧係即係申請咗好多啲有好多啲 video 啊咁樣，咁其實咧好似學生可以睇就當啦，好似啲小型課程咁樣。咁譬如校長有提到，譬如啲 map 好多個數學嘅 video 咧，其實係結合咗睇完 video 之後，又可以有啲 live teaching 啊咁樣。
And, this is one of the hardest things about teaching in general. And as you know, every teacher is different. It's like if you give a song to somebody, right, everyone will sing it and anyone can sing it beautifully, but everyone's a little bit different. And instruction is the same way. We can't expect every teacher to teach something the same way because their delivery is who they are. So again, every teacher will do it a little bit differently, but the content, we will try to make it as cohesive as possible.
咁咧講到個教學個模式方面咧，咁校長講到其實每一個老師唔同係唔同嘅老師嚟嘅，而所以佢哋個教學嘅方法亦都係唔同嘅。咁雖然教學方法唔同咧，但係咧我學校咧都盡量咧將佢哋嗰個內容咧係盡量咧其實係協調啊，盡量係一致化。
Yeah, the most important is that we continue to communicate together, to reach every child and do the best for every child, because we know every child learns differently too. So again, we rely on your feedback, and again, always appreciating your feedback and, working together.
咁校長咧係話好強調咧，其實咧就溝通，咁其實老師會盡量咧其實去reach out 佢嗰個細路仔，咁但係亦都因為知道每一個細路仔學習嘅方法模式都唔同嘅，咁我哋咧好歡迎咧校長學下啲家長咧係同俾一啲意見我哋咁樣。
Okay, Charlie's asking about GNT. A majority of the students remote. The majority of our whole school is remote. It's not just the GNT. So with that, again, even the GNT might sometimes be paired up with a general ed teacher, just so we can reach all the children and try to get to them each day. I'll just give you a case, because there's nothing to hide. Even with our 5th grade, we have half of the 5th grade remote. where the teachers are not going to be in the building. So that's where we have to get very creative and work together as a team. And again, we cover the same content, but we're really trying to help each other out and lean on each other.
OK， 咁咧有個 GNT 天才班嘅家長問到咧，咁係嗰個係咪網絡嗰、網絡學習嘅情況點樣啊？咁咧校長話咧，其實咧因為咧我哋其實咧我哋個唔單止 GNT 班，我哋學校咧其實好大部分學生都係選擇喺屋企上課嘅，咁所以咧呢啲天才班呢啲學生嚟講，可能佢哋都會有一啲另外 general ed 嘅 teacher 咧係教佢哋咁樣。咁咧因為老師校長又講到咧，其實我哋5年班嘅啲老師咧有一半咧係選擇咧其實喺屋企教課嘅，咁所以咧好多，所以我哋要用一啲新嘅方法，要 creative 啲新嘅方法，希望咧其實透過啲老師嘅合作咧，其實咧係教課咁樣，但係佢哋教嘅課程咧都係一樣嘅。
Yeah. Oh, someone's asking, they have a child immigrated from China and they can't communicate well in English. So Wendy, definitely let her know we have ENL teachers and we'll support the child definitely.
OK， 有個家長問到咧，有個細路仔係啱啱喺中國嚟嘅，唔係好識得英文去溝通咁樣。咁校長話咧唔使擔心，我哋咧可以同我哋學校聯絡，同埋我哋有呢個英文作為第二語言嘅老師咧係可以咧係實幫助個細路仔。
Okay, and yeah, we talked about the official start date. We're hoping September 10th, but again, that might change with the negotiations. And after school programs, I also explained that.
係咪？咁咧就有個家長繼續問翻係開課時間，咁仍然都講緊咧，其實可能係9月10號，大家仲未知道咁樣。咁 after school 啦，課後班我哋頭先已經講過啦。
And a parent is asking, will students attending in person get the core lessons, math, ELA, science, etc.? Again, both remote and in person, it's the same content. So it's not going to be like the different learning different things. It'll be cohesive. Okay.
咁有個家長問啊，如果去學校上課啲學生，咁佢哋係咪學一啲某特定嘅英文啊或者數學啲課程？咁校長話咧，唔論你個細路仔喺屋企上課好，或者嚟翻學校上課好啦，教個課程咧都係一樣嘅。
Okay, someone's asking how many kids are we expecting in each classroom? Again, no more than 12 in most of the classrooms. Sometimes if we use the gym or the cafeteria where you can have a few more kids, then or the auditorium. But there won't be too many things in there. But sometimes we might do a mixed coverage where the students will be very far apart in those spaces. So only those spaces can hold more than 12 children.
有個家長問咧，每一班有幾多人啦？咁基本上咧，校長話咧係每一班咧應該係唔會多過12個細路仔。咁但係咧，如果喺 gym 啊、喺體育館啊，或者喺飯堂啊，或者喺禮堂嘅話咧，可能咧會有多過12個細路仔嘅學生喺度，但係我哋會將佢分開，即係唔會話咧其實多過12個細路仔咧聚埋一齊咁樣。
Yeah, and the playroom also can hold more children. If we need to, okay.
Right, 譬如 playroom 啦，我哋都可以俾多啲學生，如果我哋需要咁個安排嘅話。
Yeah, again, another parent asking, if there's only 30% coming in, can we have more days? And I explained why that would be we're not able to do that, unfortunately.
OK， 有另一個家長又再問咧，就話既然得1/3嘅學生係選擇翻嚟學校，咁點解啲學生唔可以多啲日子啊咁樣？咁校長已經先解釋過咧，其實係真係係一個安全嗰個問題。
Yeah, we have some of my colleagues who went with more days, but then they found out they didn't have enough teachers. So all these things can change at any minute. And so this is reason why it's so hard to make a change from one model to another model.
Right. 咁校長咧解釋咧話，譬如有啲學校啲校長想轉，咁其實當佢發覺如果多啲學生嘅話，但係又唔夠老師教咁樣，所以其實咧呢啲學習嘅模式咧係好難咧，其實咧係隨時變動啊咁樣。
Someone asked about applying to get iPads. We sent that out a number of times. I don't know if the city still has iPads to give out, but it doesn't hurt to ask. I know the number. Does anyone have the link? I'm going to put the number on. The number is 718 Okay, 718-935-5100. And then there was a link. Does anyone have that link to ask for iPads? I don't know if the city still has those or if that link is still up.
有個家長問到咧，點樣可以申請到 iPad 啊？咁校長話咧，其實之前咧已經 send 咗個 link 咧好幾次嘅咁樣，但係如果仍然係有需要嘅話咧，不妨都可以試下。咁頭先個電話就係718-935-5100嗰個電話咧，其實可以咧，其實打咗去問教育局問。咁校長問咧，如果有人知道個 link 嗰條網站嘅線係點樣嘅話咧，亦都可以俾大家知道。
Okay, I'm trying to find out where we are in. Oh my goodness, it's us. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Will we be using Google Meets? Yeah. Most teachers will be using Google, or at least starting with Google Classrooms. We're trying to learn another platform called iLearn. But some teachers might use Google Meets and some might use like Zoom, depending on their comfortability. So, that might be different for depending on the teacher.
咁咧有個主要學習嘅平台方面咧，咁咧就校長估計咧就好多老師開始嗰時候會用 Google Classroom 啊，或者係 Zoom 啊咁樣。咁但係咧亦都但係學校咧亦都嘗試咧會用一個新嘅平台叫 iLearn 咁樣。但係而家即係話視乎嗰老師佢哋咧係選擇用邊個平台去教學咁樣。
Yeah, again, even teachers, they're on vacation, but even next week. They're not even supposed to start work yet, but some of them are doing training even during the summertime. So yeah, they're trying to learn it, but as you know, they don't want to do it before they are more comfortable with it. So again, every teacher's a little different. Okay.
係咪？咁咧而家老師係仍然放緊假，咁其實但係都有啲老師咧，其實係之前咧已經係開始咧係接受訓練，咁希望咧就係熟習到唔同嘅平台咧，然之後佢先至決定咧係會用邊個平台教學。
Yeah, someone asked about the content and structure of remote and blended. The school day, again, for, if you come in, it's 8:30 to 2. If it's online, you're not going to expect your child to sit in front of a computer from 8:30 to 2, right? So there'll be check-ins and then time for independent work. So again, just like in school, there's time for independent work too. So the structure is not exactly the same, but the content covered will be the same.
咁有啲家長問咧，就究竟嗰個教學嘅內容啊，同埋嗰個模式係點樣啊？咁校長話咧，譬如如果你係啲細路仔係返學係嚟學校上課，咁當然咧個時間係8點半至2點鐘。咁但係如果你個細路仔喺屋企上課嘅話，咁你都唔會期望個細路仔係坐喺嗰個電腦前邊啊，8點半到2點鐘咁樣。咁都可能咧會有啲check in 嘅時間啊，或者係個別做功課嘅時間啊咁樣。但係咧嗰個模式可能唔一樣，但係個教學個內容咧都係一致嘅。
Someone asked about the school supplies. So that was posted on the PA blog. We forwarded that out. But some of the supplies, again, like cleaning supplies, you don't need to buy if you're learning remotely. So again, teachers will clarify the school supplies, but they wrote the basic supplies that kids would need either in school or at home.
咁有啲家長問到咧，就係究竟需要帶啲咩嘅學習嘅上課嗰啲用具啊、文具啊咁樣。咁我哋已經喺個 PA 嗰度咧已經提出講俾大家知。咁但係如果你係喺細路仔係喺屋企上課，咁當然嗰啲好 cleaning 嗰啲清潔嘅嘢就唔使買啦。咁但係老師會將啲好基本嘅文具需要嘅嘢咧係列出嚟俾大家知道。
Oh, Matthew asked a great question about violin for 3rd grade. We need to talk to them because, it's different if you're like dance can continue, right? Singing can continue. Violin is hard because you don't actually have a violin. Is there a way to teach it virtually without a kid actually having the violin? We'll talk to we'll talk to Henry Street to see if it's possible. That would be cool to be able to do it virtually, but again, without a violin, that might be a little tough.
OK， 有個細路有家長問咧，就係小提琴嗰個學習嘅情況點樣？咁校長話咧，其實譬如你學跳舞啊，或者學唱歌啲課程啲其他可以繼續，但係如果小提琴嚟講咧，個老師可唔可以教咧？如果當個細路仔冇小提琴嘅話咧，咁校長會研究下先知。
Okay, someone mentioned the survey doesn't give you the option to choose blended. Some parents have done that. That survey is mostly if you want to go into remote. So if you don't fill out the survey, then they will default you to blended learning.
咁通常我覺得有啲家長咧就問話咧，佢填嗰個問卷嗰時候咧係冇話咧有得叫做 blended learning 嘅選擇嘅喎，咁樣咁其實基本上校長話咧，其實如果你唔填嗰個 survey 嘅話咧，基本上咧就自動咧就將你咧擺咗喺 blended learning 噶啦。
Yeah, and the parents asking if you chose blended and then you know it's not working for your child, can you go remote? Yes, you can go remote at any time. It's the opposite that you can't come back in at any time. I think the next time to come back in would be sometime in November, and then we would send out notice about that.
咁有個家長話，如果個細路仔係選擇混合模式上課嘅，但係如果做最後之後想改變咁得唔得咧？咁校長話係得嘅，隨時大啲學生隨時都可以選擇咧係喺屋企上課。咁但係就唔係但係轉個頭就唔得啦。如果喺屋企上課嘅話咧，其實要等到11月咧先至可以改變話咧，要翻學校上課。
All right. Oh, thanks, John, for answering Jennifer's question. I love it when parents help each other out and answer the questions for me too. Okay. Yeah, Ms. Semperon, she's in Thailand right now, and we're sending her our love. And yeah, she's talking about the class size limits for the different classes. But within the classroom right now with social distancing, the maximum is 10 to 12. But thanks, Ms. Semperon, for putting that on.
OK， 我哋個副校長咧，其實亦都提到咧，就係個 class size 咧，總之個班別嗰個人數咧，其實咧係10個至12個之間。
OK， yes, OK. So in terms of children's schedule, again, if you're coming to school is 8:30 to 2. In terms of like when they would check in and things like that, that will be teachers will post that eventually, you know, once we get everyone on a Google Classroom or iLearn.
咁咧即係學生嘅上課時間就8點半至2點啦，但當遲啲老師就會將嗰個 schedule 個時間表咧係 post 出嚟啦。
Oh yeah, and a bunch are asking if you want to go to remote, you would fill out the survey and just email the office and let them know. 校長重新再話，如果啲家長而家想選擇啲細路仔喺屋企上課咧，你填嗰個問卷，然之後咧亦都俾學校知道就得啦。 Okay. Oh, good. Someone posted. Thanks, Ms. Man. She posted the blog for the PA to look for the supply list. School supply list. Okay.
有個家長咧將嗰個PA 嗰個家長會嗰啲問句嘅名單係 post 咗出嚟啊，咁俾大家睇到。
Thomas is asking, yeah, the great medical question about vaccine. Yeah, we like just with like immunizations and everything, that's going to be a long while, right? Where they mandate you to be vaccinated in order to attend in person. So right now there isn't that mandate.
OK， 咁咧有個家長問到咧就疫苗嗰個問題，咁咧校長話咧其實呢個係一個好長遠嗰個問題啦。咁但係 so far 咧亦都未聽到咧話一定咧係指定咧一定要咧係打呢個疫苗咁樣。
Yeah. Someone asked if cohorts separated by grade. Yeah, but we have every all the kids in an official class right now. We just haven't let the parents know. So within those classes, we made the cohorts. And so again, some teachers might co-teach and help each other out just like an ICT. So that's the situation. But yeah, if they are separated, they are within the same grade.
Okay. 咁咧有個家長問到，你知啲組別咧其實係用嗰個不同嘅級別咧係分嘅，咁校長話係，咁咧就係因為咧其實會有兩個老師可能會一齊合作，就等於 ICT 班啊咁樣。
Okay. Oh, the Pish family. Hi. They're asking if we can pick up graduated 5th grade. Yeah, I said this at the last meeting. You can email me, and I've been going to desks to find. It's been like a lottery where you try to see how many desks do I have to check before I find the kids' stuff. So I have, yeah. If there's stuff that you need or want, I can get that to you. Just email me, and we'll make an arrangement for me to get the stuff to you. Yeah, teachers haven't come back into the school yet, so they're basically, a lot of the things are still inside the desks. So yeah, that's where we're at with school belongings.
OK， 有個家長問咧係幾時可以攞翻一啲細路仔嘅啲應用需要嘅嘢啊，即係佢啲應用品啊咁樣。咁校長話，如果你真係需要嘅話咧，你可以聯絡校長，校長會揾到個方法咧，點樣將啲嘢咧係俾翻你屋企。咁但係咧 so far 其實咧，因為而家老師咧係仲未翻到翻咗學校，咁所以所有嘢咧，其實啲細路仔啲嘢咧都仲喺張台嗰度。
Oh, someone asked if they can request their child to come into school for all 5 days. I wish we could all come in for 5 days and be together again. But right now, sorry, that's a dream that hopefully, 6 months time, I don't know how long, but eventually we will all be back 5 days. But right now, I wish that's just a wish we all have right now, I'm sure.
有個家長咧，亦都又再問咧，係咪有冇辦法個細路仔可以翻5日學啊？咁咧，校長話其實而家係冇咁嘅可能，咁希望咧係未來日子咧或者會有咁嘅情況，希望會盡快出現兩樣。
Okay, Grace has heard that other schools are sending home gym equipment also for remote learning. I haven't heard of that, but if we get grants and other projects about, home packages, possibly, like teachers, we might make copies of things and then you can come pick it up. Gym equipment, that'd be great if we had that, but yeah, if you can email me more about where that's happening, I would love to contact that principal to see how they're doing that.
有個家長咧就講到話咧，知道有啲學校咧個細路仔喺屋企上課咧，佢哋收到啲特別嘅體育嗰啲嘅體育嘅用具咁樣。咁校長話，如果有啲乜資料咧，佢都想知道啊咁樣。或者聯絡下睇下點樣可以有啲咁嘅安排。
Yeah, someone's asking also about, how many kids in each classroom. Because of the lower numbers, it's at 12 or less, in most classrooms.
再重申一次咧，我哋大概每一班咧有12個或者以下嘅細路仔。
Okay. And then, your teacher will, once you do find out your teacher or your teacher contacts you, then, you can ask them even more of those specific questions, okay?
OK， 咁如果當啲細路仔知道咧邊個係個老師嘅話咧，咁或者可以咧就老師可以問個老師咧啲更加細緻嘅問題啊，更加啲仔細嘅問題。
Yeah. Oh, and Ms. Perez is asking about training for online teaching. Yeah. So teachers have, on their own time over the vacation, a lot of our teachers have done extra professional development. Even next week they are, a week before they're supposed to come back in. So yeah, we're all still learning, and we thank you for your patience because we know this is, we've never done something like this before. So we keep finding more ways to engage our students. And that's why, again, like I said, we subscribe to Teachers College. They've made all these videos where you have experts making videos and teachers can teach alongside these videos and really help us, do teaching where the kids can go back and watch the videos.
OK， 咁有個家長問咧，就係啲老師有冇接受啲訓練啊？係點樣即係網絡啊教學啊咁樣？咁校長話咧，其實就算而家係放緊暑假，其實好多老師咧都係咧係有接受呢個咧係訓練啊咁樣。咁其實校長好感謝大家好有耐性等候啦。咁其實咧校長咧其實話咧，其實我哋學校咧亦都subscribe 咗，即係買咗好多啲video 係咧，其實好好嘅 video。咁學校啲老師可以利用啲 video 咧嚟教學啊。
Rosalind's asking about the safety guidelines. Very good question. We discussed a lot of this in the prior town hall. But in terms of daily temperature checks, I think they changed it to either random or parents will be able to record, remotely whether their child has a temperature or not. Because if we did a temperature for every child, we would never be, it would be hard to get into the school. So right now it's not mandated, a temperature check. But, if any child exhibits symptoms, we send them to the nurse And if there, the nurse deems that it might be a probable or even a likely case, then we have what's called the isolation room.
咁咧校長話咧，其實咧而家 so far 咧就係實話咧係每個細路仔話check 佢嘅體温咧，而家咧其實咧就話係 randomly 即係隨機嘅抽查，唔一定咧係每個細路仔都會 check 啊咁樣。咁但係如果個有細路仔其實係有啲徵象出現嘅話咧，我哋會送去俾即係會帶佢睇嗰個 nurse 一個護士睇佢啦。然之後如果真係覺得佢有咁嘅可能咧，我哋會個細路仔會擺一個叫做 isolate 喺個隔離房嗰度。
Okay. And someone's asking about GNT. Yes, we still have our GNT teachers in place. The cohort, I mean, not the cohort, the class itself stays together, but some might be remote, some might be blended. So again, because like I said, at any point we might go totally remote, then of course you will have that GNT teacher only. But in the meantime, the GNT might be working with a general ed teacher just to help each other out, to get to all the kids.
OK， 咁咧就有個家長又問到天才班嘅情況，咁啊校長話咧，其實咧所有啲天才班嘅學生咧，其實咧都係即係佢有啲可能喺屋企上課，有啲可能係嚟學校上課，咁但係其實都係有一個班嘅，咁咧就除非咧除非係所有細路仔咧都係變成喺屋企上課嘅話咧，就會有同一個老師。如果唔係咧，就係 GN 而家嗰個情況咧 ，GNT 嘅老師會同另一個老師咧合作啊咁樣。
In terms of masks and shields, some people have asked about, the shields. They don't have any of these. The DOE is not giving out shields. You cannot wear a shield instead of a mask, but you can wear a mask if you buy your own shield. That's allowed. But in terms of masks, the city has sent us about 1,000 masks. So again, we do have a supply, but not a daily supply for every child.
咁咧校長話咧提到嗰個面罩啊同埋口罩嘅問題，咁咧教育局咧就俾咗大概1000個口罩俾學校，但係咧就唔夠咧，係每一日都有新嘅口罩俾啲學生嘅。咁當然咧學生你哋自己可以選擇咧係戴口罩又戴埋個面罩都可以。
Okay, pick up and drop off. Again, for first grade to fifth grade, 8:30 in the morning. If you come in a little earlier, you can pick up the lunch and breakfast is grab and go. So for breakfast, you would grab breakfast and then they could eat in the classroom. But again, 8:30 is when the kids will go upstairs, to their classrooms. Pickup is at about 2 p.m. again for first to fifth grade. So I'll go with that first to fifth grade. Yeah.
Right. 咁咧就you mean first and fifth grade, right?
First to fifth grade. Yeah.
First, OK. 咁咧就係1年班到5年班嘅細路仔，大概咧係8點半第一堂啦。咁如果早餐嚟講咧，佢哋攞到早餐就上班房食啊咁樣。咁接送即係接放學咧就大概係2點鐘。
Okay, and for kindergarten, 8:45 to 1:45, but in the beginning, the first couple of days, it might be a shortened day, because it might be too much for, it's going to be so overwhelming. So for kindergarten, when it goes to regular day, it'll be 8:45 to 1:45.
OK， 咁咧而家 kindergarten 啱啱開始成應該係8點45分，咁啊放學咧係1點35分，因為啱啱開始。咁但係如果到正常嘅話咧，佢哋嘅上課時間應該係8點35分開始。就1點
yeah, 8:45.
8:45.
Yeah, to 1:45.
OK， 8點45分開始開課上課，然之後1點45分咧就放學。
And then for pre-K, because they're the youngest and we want them to be the safest, they come in at 9 and leave by about 1:30.
OK， 咁如果 PK 咧PK 班咧，佢哋就9點鐘上課，1點半咧放學。
And, if for kindergarten and pre-K, if we start on the 10th, or even whenever we do start, and if there's in-person, the day would be much shorter, just to get them used to coming to school. Okay.
OK， 幼稚園同埋學前班咧，如果係我哋真係9月10號開課嘅話咧，咁我哋都會啱啱開始時都會個日開上課嗰日都時間都會短啲，即係讓佢哋咧係慢慢習慣。
Yeah. Jennifer, great question about class assignments. Okay, I'm going to give a projected goal because the teachers don't come back till the 8th, September 8th officially. then I'm going to say by September 9th, you will receive classroom assignments, okay? That's not a big promise. I hope so, but that's our projection, all right? September 9th.
Okay. Are you talking about the classroom assignments?
Yeah,
talk about the homework?
yeah,
the
teacher,
homework?
no, teacher assignment and classroom. You know, what official class will they be in?
OK， 有嘅。咁即係個編班咧，個編班邊一個班係邊個老師咧咁樣。咁啊，因為校長講到咧就係老師應該9月8號先翻到學校報到。咁我哋希望大概9月9號到咧，可以俾大家知道咧，大家嗰個學生個編班係點樣。
Yeah, so Helena asked a great question about remote learning. How's that going to work? So, you know, because we have all your emails and, you know, teachers will be able to contact parents about, you know, an orientation coming in, scheduling and things like that. So be patient with that. So when the teachers come back, then they will plan on when they will meet with the parents online, just like we're doing a Zoom chat now.
OK， 咁啊有個家長問咧，就如果啲細路仔喺屋企上課係點樣安排啊？咁樣咁咧校長講嘅話咧，當老師翻學校嘅話咧，佢哋就會聯絡啲家長，就好似安排喺網絡一個會議咁樣，同啲家長咧其實係聯繫啊咁樣，咁大家可以耐心等下。
Yeah, Karina's asking, is the school ready to start in 2 weeks? Basically, yeah, we will be ready as can be, either remote or in person. If it starts in 2 weeks, we will be ready.
OK， 有個家長問係仲有2個禮拜啫喎，學校準備好開課未啊？咁樣咁校長話咧，其實唔理即係喺屋企學習好啦，或者喺學校學習好啦，其實我哋學校已經盡量準備好咧，可以開課。
Yeah, Jennifer, this is my heartache, you know, for the parents about not having a schedule, not having a calendar. And, you know, this is beyond what I can do. I wish, you know, that one thing I want to give parents, like, when are they coming in? When do we start? And this is why I know it's very frustrating for parents to know exactly, you know, when your children are attending school. So my apologies about that. I'm hoping, praying that the city gives us these answers sooner rather than later. So, you know, we'll work the best we can, but yeah, I'm really sorry about that. Yeah.
咁校長話咧，其實咧，導致而家期間咧，仍然冇一個學校嘅返學嘅時間啊，或者一個學歷啊、上課日曆啊咁樣。咁其實我知道咧，對家長講係好困難咧，係好頭痛嘅事情。咁但係亦都校長係唔係校長嘅能力範圍之內咧，可以話到俾大家知。咁咧係校長都覺得好抱歉。
Yeah, I feel so bad. You know, that's the one I always lose sleep on, like my poor families. I wish I could tell them. My teachers too, you know, everyone that not knowing has been the most stressful thing for, you know, on a daily basis for a lot of people. So, yeah.
Right. 校長都其實因為咁樣關係都即係失去咗好多睡眠嘅時間，因為其實係最難咧就係唔知道啊究竟個情況係點樣安排。
Yeah, so Steve is asking again, either whether it's GNT, ICT, or any general education class, we're trying to keep the cohort together. So that's why we ask you for your patience in that, you know, one teacher can't possibly do the whole day to do both the kids in school and the kids at home. So that's why teachers may partner up with each other. We're trying to do that. It might even be 3 teachers partnering up, you know, so that we can reach all the kids. So thank you for your understanding with that.
OK， 咁校長話咧，唔論天才班啊，或者係2個老師嘅班啊，或者係個普通班嚟講啦，其實咧校長嘅安排咧，盡量都希望將嗰個組別咧，其實係一致嘅，即係唔會有變動咁樣。咁所以咧，其實但係亦都好難期待一個老師可以咧係教網絡喺屋企學習嘅學生啊，又教呢個喺學校學習嘅學生咁樣。咁所以咧，可能有機會見到可能有2、3個老師一齊合作啊，教班學生。
Yeah, so to let your children know too, like this year is not a typical year at all. You know, for pre-K and K, they wouldn't know, but to let the kids know, you know, if we are fully remote, right, then you would get your 1 or 2 teachers, depending if you're ICT or general ed or GNT. But if we're not all remote, then your child might get a few teachers to help out, you know, to support them. And so it's actually good, you know, for kids now, they get to know even more teachers and, you know, help each other out. Okay.
OK， 咁所以咧就希望啲家長咧提醒啲你哋嘅細路仔同啲細路仔強調咧，今年咧唔係一個咧係今年一個比較特別嘅學年嚟嘅，咁所以咧就係除非咧我哋所有學生都喺屋企學習先至可以即係個學生先會有一個固定嘅老師，如果唔係嘅話咧，其實咧個學生咧係會有可能2-3個老師係幫佢，咁亦都係件好事嘅，因為啲細路仔可以識得到多啲老師嘅咁樣。
Yeah, Christine, great question about the technology. I think that's the toughest one because, so many need more than one device. So, we understand that we'll try to work with whatever the child has, and we know that's tough. iPad, it can do a lot of things, but not everything, right? Even a Chromebook can do some things, but not everything. Laptop, more expensive, and desktop are more expensive. Those are more versatile. But again, even 5th grade, we had some doing everything on the phone last year. So, we'll do our best with whatever device you have because most of the platforms now can operate on whatever device you have.
咁有一個家長問到一啲即係譬如啲個科技嘅問題啊，咁校長明白咧，就係就算你有 iPad 好啊，或者 laptop 好啊，每一個 device 每個device 都有唔同嗰個問題。咁基本上咧，其實校長我哋會盡量做咧。有啲甚至有啲細路仔可能只係用個 phone 啊咁樣去上課，但係因為其實唔同嘅 device 其實好多 device 都可以用上到網咁樣。我學校咧會盡量咧其實做好啊咁樣。
Yeah, someone asked for English only, and this is where it's about equity. And, when I do it for everybody, I don't want to separate the Chinese speaking or from the English speaking. I want us to be a community together. So my apologies, every PA meeting that we have, Parents Association, we always do translation. So yeah, that's something about the culture of the school. And yeah, that's the reason why we do it all together. So yeah, I understand that sometimes it's a lot for you to sit through that. And so my apologies about that.
有個家長問咧，就可唔可以淨係英文嘅呢個會議啊咁樣？咁校長覺得其實因為我哋唔想有分開英文嘅或者中文咁，因為我睇過呢個我哋學校嘅文化，咁啊好抱歉咧，係可能時間會長啲。
And someone asked about, the grouping, like if we were to start on the 10th, right? We would follow the strict guideline about the cohort A, B, C, where A is Wednesdays, B is Thursdays, and C is Friday. So if we were to start on a Thursday, September 10th, then it would be cohort B coming in that day.
咁即係個分類咧，就話如果我哋咧其實會準時喺9月上課嘅話咧，因為 cohort A 咧 A 組就會星期3上課啊嘛，B 組就星期4啊嘛，咁如果9月10號係星期4嘅話咧，咁應該係 B 組咧就第一日上學。
Yeah. Okay. I answered the one about ventilation. Our school hasn't been checked yet. So they're going around to every school. They said.
OK， 我哋學校咧，教育局仲未嚟學校睇我哋嗰個咧係即係啲ventilation 嘅 system 咁樣，咁佢哋遲啲會嚟睇。
OK。I'm just going down. Yeah, because I want to end by 8 o'clock if possible. Just, but if anyone needs to stay after, just let me know. Okay. And yeah, someone's asking about extracurricular, music, gym, arts, and everything. That will look different just like it did from March to June. Teachers will be doing that sometimes remotely, and some will be doing that in person. So that will be a combination, but we want to make sure that the kids still have those extras.
OK， 有啲家長問咧，就係我啲課後嘅其他嘅課程係點啊？譬如藝術啊、音樂啊或者體育啊咁樣。咁咧校長話咧，基本上咧應該就好似呢個3月到6月期間咁樣，會有個老師咧會有啲時候會做 remote 咧屋企做，有啲時候咧會親自教啊咁樣。咁但係咧我哋會盡量即係會有啲混合式嘅做法。咁但係我哋盡量咧希望細路仔會有呢啲咁嘅課程。
Yeah. So yeah, one parent, Susan's asking about if fully remote, does that mean they're in front of the computer the whole time with the teacher? And that, again, that we wouldn't think that would be healthy for the child either. So yeah, it would be check-ins, it would be a schedule, but it would not be a child sitting, for 5.5 hours, with a teacher every day. That's the thing about remote learning that's different, and we experienced that from March to June. It won't be, full live teaching for 5 hours.
咁咧有啲老師有呢個家長問啦，咁如果係即係 fully remote，如果完場喺屋企上課嘅話，咁係咪全時間咧都會有個老師教佢咁樣？咁但係校長話啦，咁又好難期望個細路仔係5個鐘頭咧坐喺個電腦上邊，咁佢基本上咧都應該會有啲check in 嘅時間啊，或者做功課時間咧，就唔會話5個鐘頭咧都喺個電腦上邊。
Yeah, and so with a schedule, someone was asking about, a parent working from home. And again, that's something you would work with the teacher. And then when the teacher provides a schedule, then you would know when to expect the child to be online.
咁咧有個家長問啦，如果佢自己喺屋企上班嘅話，咁其實點樣安排啊？咁咧就係校長話咧，佢會咧其實老師應該會同啲家長聯絡咧，係俾到老師俾到家長知道啦，譬如幾時咧係會有 online teaching 啊咁樣。
Yeah, Jennifer, I'd be happy. I see a lot of questions. Yeah, just email me. I'll get on the phone with you later on if you need more questions answered. All right. Okay. In terms of percentages, yeah, right now it's over 60%. It's when we open up the document, there's a more families going for remote, understandably. So yeah, so that's where we're at. Okay.
以我哋學校嚟講咧，我哋而家咧係大概有60成嘅學生咧係選擇喺屋企上課，咁我哋會預計咧其實開課之後或者係會更加有多啲學生係選擇呢個選擇喺屋企上課，個數字會更加高。
Yeah, sorry to the pre-K again because of the whole remote process. We did not send the official letters out yet about orientation, things like that. But yeah, hopefully that the week we come back after Labor Day, we'll start getting those out.
咁對於 PK 嗰啲學前班啲家長咧，好抱歉啦，因為 remote 個情況要網屋企學習關係咯，所以我哋仍然咧係未信出啲信咧係點樣同大家做 orientation。咁希望開課之後我哋會做呢樣嘢。
Yeah, if someone got the wrong, like if you applied for remote and you got a group A, just let the office know and we'll fix that for you.
OK， 有啲家長話其實佢哋要求係喺屋企上課嘅，咁但係又收到嗰個通知話佢哋係 Group A 啊咁樣。咁如果係咁嘅情況嘅話咧，大家可以同學校聯絡，我哋會更正個情況。
OK。Yes, yeah, so I answered the GNT. Let's see. Yeah, Elaine, in terms of the homework, classwork, that's something that'll be, so different for every child. But again, working with the teachers. So teachers will have office hours every day. After 2 o'clock. And again, depending on the teacher's schedule, they'll let you know, but there will be office hours every day for a half an hour, for 20 minutes, office hours after school. So they might reach you either email, phone call, or other things, and the teacher will let you know about that. All right, Ellie? Right.
咁有家長問咧，啲功課啊，或者喺學校時間做嘅作業啲點樣安排啊？咁校長話咧，其實每個細路仔都唔同嘅。咁咧，希望個老師咧，因為老師每一日咧喺2點之後咧就有一個叫 office hour， 大概有20分鐘可以同啲家長聯絡啊，會俾你知道個情況係點樣。
Yeah, Peifan, that's a great question. Homework, classwork, when you're doing it online, it's going to be so different, right? How do you submit homework? But again, teachers will have assignments. Sometimes they have a PDF that's editable. Sometimes they write something. Sometimes they draw something. Sometimes they record a video. So there's many ways that we'll be collecting what's called homework or classwork because they'll be doing it at home. So it's always homework, right?
咁有家長係喎，即係話而家咁即係網絡嘅學習嘅話 功課啊，或者學校做嘅功課點樣分別咧？咁樣即係點樣收集啲功課咧？咁校長講到咧話咧，其實咧可能啲老師會用唔同嘅方法咧，其實係圖案啊，或者係可以喺網絡上邊改啲功課啊，用唔同嘅方法咧去收集啲功課。
Yeah, someone asked about grading, and again, that's going to be a challenge, of course, remotely. But just from March to June, we don't know what grading system there is going to be at this point. Those grading policies will come out. But now that if it's fully remote, and we know it's fully remote, kids will get grading on their assignments, and things like that.
咁有啲家長問到，咁評分嘅標準係點樣？咁校長話咧，咁樣其實評分咧係會係一個好大嘅好大個嘅難度啊挑戰啊咁樣，就好似等於3月到6月之間咁樣。咁校長相信咧，遲啲教育局咧會咧係公佈嗰個咧評分嘅標準啊咁樣，可能就等於如果係 remote 嘅，如果係網絡喺屋企上課嘅，可能就根據你嘅作業啊、交個功課做評分啊。
Yeah, someone's asking like the amount of time of live teaching, that's not prescribed. So we don't, there isn't a set number of minutes. And again, I know that's frustrating, but there isn't a mandated number of live teaching minutes right now that we know of. Okay.
咁有啲家長咧問到咧，就係老師現場咧係現場教課嗰個情況，現場教課嗰個情況咁樣。咁但係校長話咧，而家 so far 咧係冇一個咧教育局冇規定咧係老師咧係要指定咧係要幾多時間咧，其實咧係現場咧係教學啊咁樣，冇一個既定嘅規定嘅。
Tiffany, I see. Yeah, if we owe you money, just let me know and we'll get that to you. If there's any money that we owe, we definitely will give it back. Okay, that's like violin deposits, also things like that. Oh, can you let them know, Wendy, about refunds?
OK， 有啲家長提到咧話，可能有啲係學校咪要退翻啲錢俾佢哋啊，可能係violin 啊、小提琴嗰啲課程啊。如果大家家長係覺得學校係需要退翻啲金額俾你哋嘅，大家可以聯絡學校。
Okay. Yan is asking, if they have a hat, I noticed some hats with shields on them. Yeah, then if they need to keep the hat on, that's fine. Yeah, we're definitely understanding of that. Because I know sometimes we say no hats in school, right? But I know some of the hats are attached to the shield, so that's fine. Yeah.
OK， 有個家長問到咧，就係有啲見到有啲面罩咧，其實連埋頂帽嘅，咁可唔可以戴啊？咁樣校長話可以，雖然即係有啲以前嘅情況話學校唔可以戴帽，但因為有啲面罩係連埋頂帽嘅，咁所以校長話係可以嘅。
Yeah, I see like GNT questions about content. The content has always been the same, where sometimes GNT will go deeper, but we always follow the same curriculum. They may go deeper with some or read more complex text, but the curriculum is the same. It's always been the same.
Okay. 有啲 GNT 天才班嘅家長問到就係嗰個課程嘅內容係點樣㗎？咁校長話課程嘅內容係一樣嘅，咁雖然有時會教得深啲或者更加複雜啲，但係個課程嘅內容咧都係一樣嘅。
Oh yeah, so someone asked about repeat. Yeah, kindergarten would be 8:45 to 1:45, and then pre-K would be 9 to about 1:30.
OK， 咁再重申一次咧，就 kindergarten 咧幼稚園嘅上課時間係8:45到1:45，咁PK 咧學前班咧就9點鐘到1點半。
Yeah, for nap, we'll see how that goes, whether it's a break time, like a rest time or actual nap time, because the day is already shortened. So, that the teachers will play it by ear to see how that goes, okay?
咁但係譬如話，即係中間之後，即係一日之內點樣分做嗰個休息時間啊，或者睡眠時間，因為個時間已經短咗啦，咁可能個老師會另外再安排，會再作出啲變動。
Okay. Okay, Grace, I'll find that. Find out more about that. Thank you for that. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, Grace, for if parents, so some teachers have donors choose sites to raise money to get needed supplies. In terms of cleaning supplies and masks, they said the city has promised if we need more, they'll get more. So we always will very thankful for our parents because they're always supportive. Our PA is amazing. And so, if there's things that we can get, we'll certainly try to provide.
有啲家長咧問到咧，就係譬如有啲老師提到咧，就係有啲係捐贈啊咁樣捐贈嘅網站咁樣，咁咧就校長話咧，教育局咧就同意咧話，如果我哋需要一啲清潔嘅用品咧，清潔嘅工具咧，學校即係教育局會提供。咁但係當然咧，如果我哋好感激PA 啊同埋啲家長有時候好慷慨要去捐嘅話咁樣。
Yeah, Dylan, that's a great point about the lunches are going to be, they're going to be bagged lunches and they will be delivered to the classrooms. Breakfast is something we'll have to, where they, just like the social distancing where kids line up, families can line up to get them. But I'm going to talk to the kitchen staff because that might cause, like you said, socially distance if the streets are not closed. That would be really difficult. So I'm going to find out more about that, whether that can also be brought to classrooms.
係咪？咁咧個午餐咧個安排咧，我哋會將會擺喺個紙袋度，咁咧然之後咧會送到個班房。咁至於 breakfast 早餐咧，就應該話會排隊攞，但係可能亦都未必會滿足到個 social distancing 嘅要求。咁所以校長咧會再同啲cafeteria 嗰啲職員咧係再商量下點樣處理個問題。
Yeah, and because it's grab and go though, and kids come in. Yeah, it still could cause some traffic. So yeah, that's a good point, and I'll figure that out with the kitchen staff.
係啦，有校長話，就算係 grab and go， 即係攞咗就走啦，都可能會造成一啲好多人嗰個情況咁樣。咁校長會先同嗰個飯堂啲職員咧係商量點樣處理。
Yeah. So in terms of kids coming in, like as I said, we'll have like maybe 100 kids at most coming in, right? So that we will have separate entrances, so that is not all clustered in front of the school. So kindergarten would be on the side, and we'll provide pictures of where to go. But we'll open up different entrances so that kids can go in separate entrances, so it's not all clustered together.
OK， 咁咧大概因為我哋有大概100個學生會返學啊嘛，咁所以咧我哋會咧學校咧會安排咧開放唔同嗰個出入口咧，俾啲學生咧係入嚟，即係唔會話咧其實聚埋一齊啊咁樣。咁我哋會貼一啲picture 俾大家知道咧係邊啲學生咧邊一級咧就邊個門口入啊咁樣。
Yeah. Yeah, and again, we'll keep social distancing, definitely follow that. Yeah, in terms of ventilation, they said that every school would be, that they would even put that on a website, to deem that every classroom is safe. So yeah, so so that's the answer to will schools be open without ventilation? No, they said that they will go to every school to confirm that it's safe to open.
係咪？咁樣教育局提到咧，就係所有學校咧一定會係咧，其實完成咗一個咧通風系統嘅一個檢查，先至準咧，其實係安全咧，先至開放嘅咁樣。甚至咧，大家可以咧上網站咧睇到咧，其實嗰個通風系統咧有冇完成嗰個檢查咁樣。
Yeah, Winnie's asking if you went from fully remote to blended, like in a further date, would you be able to choose the group? No, we would do our best. You can let us know, but we can't promise that because we don't know what the influx of how many students will be coming back to blended. It's hard to say what's going to be happening in November. We could all be fully remote. So yeah, we really don't know. But yeah, you could always let us know and we'll do our best always.
OK， 咁有個家長問啦，就係如果我而家係個細路仔係喺屋企上課嘅，咁到11月時想選擇翻去學校上課，咁有冇辦法？有冇可以咧係選擇去邊一個組啊？咁樣，咁校長話其實唔知道嘅，因為到時都唔知11月嘅情況係點樣咁樣，到時可能完全喺屋企上課都唔出奇啊咁樣。
Yeah, Carmen's asking a good question about synchronous. Will there be a time? Yeah, we're hoping if the bandwidth provides and the teacher's comfortable, she could deliver a lesson, right, where the kids at home and the kids in this class could be experiencing the lesson. But again, that's depending on the comfortability of the teacher, the bandwidth, and things like that. So, but that is definitely being taken into consideration, whether you can do a synchronous lesson where, it feels like a class where half the class or more is at home and some are in school, but they feel together still, like a Zoom,
OK， 咁有個家長問到可唔可以咧？就其實屋企學習嘅學生同埋喺學校上嘅學生係同時間咧，其實咧係同地咧同步學習。咁咧當然咧校長話咧，即係視乎嗰個老師咧，其實係熟唔熟悉啊，即係覺得可唔可以咁樣做啊，同埋都視乎嗰個網絡嗰個安排啊咁樣。咁當然 Yeah.
Yeah, and someone asked about Amazon Smile. Yeah, that's actually on our Parents Association website. So the PA has signed up for Amazon Smile. And also, yeah, one thing that someone, Mr. Fuchs, clarified, in terms of the Parents Association, the funding right now is frozen on what they can spend because there need to be elections. And so, you know, that will happen in the fall when school opens. We'll send out further notice because until we have a new board, and new elections, and you have to vote on the budget. That's why those things can't be spent right away. But teachers are doing donors truths and other things where, you know, they are getting things for the kids.
咁咧，其實咧，我哋 PA 我哋個家長會咧，其實喺 Amazon Smile 度咧有一個登記嘅咁樣。咁但係因為咧，其實而家我哋嗰個 PA 家長會咧個 funding，我啲基金咧其實係被凍結。咁點解咧？因為我哋需要咧係又重新嘅再選舉嗰個家長會個安排。咁所以而家咧其實係冇辦法咧係用到我個基金。咁但係咧啲老師咧都有喺唔同個方法，用唔同嗰啲網站係即係揾到啲contribution 或者捐款啊咁樣。
And someone's asking about, yeah, in terms of kids' temperature check, you know, they're going to hope that families, you know, if you know your child best, you know, taking their temperature at home would you know, save the most time. But they said there would be random checks. And then in the classroom, they could also check it also if the teachers have a thermometer. But they only provided the school with 2, which we would use at the entrances. Some teachers are trying to get, you know, the non-contact thermometers through other funding sources. But yeah, if families can help out taking temperatures at home, of course, that would save everyone a lot of time, but we would still do random checks, okay?
OK， 咁咧就有個家長問到就係點樣 check 嗰個細路仔體温啊咁樣。咁當然咧，校長話咧，其實如果最好嘅方法咧，可能咧家長如果喺屋企可以check 到佢體温咧，就係一個好大幫忙啦。因為因為學校只係得2個呢個咧係體温嗰個 thermometer。check 體温嗰個工具咁樣，咁咧其實咧，但係有啲老師咧就揾緊一啲方法，或者揾到一啲方法咧，可以揾到籌款咧，可以買啲non-contact 嗰啲量温體表啊咁樣。
Yeah, so Mark, I see your questions about the minimum and amount of live instruction or, you know, face-to-face instruction. That again is something, you know, our teachers have always gone above and beyond. And again, because of the office hours, you can always speak with the teacher. But in terms of, you know, these are the HR issues, union issues where there isn't a set mandate. If there is, I will definitely let you know. But that's not something that is that there's a fixed minimum number that I can tell you. There's always suggestive, you know, checking on the kids a few times a day. But yeah, that is something that we don't have a definitive answer on.
有個家長問咧，其實有冇可以話咧係最低限度嗰啲嘅現場教學啊，或者係可以面對面嘅教學啊？即係雖然個細路仔喺屋企上課嘅話，咁咧其實校長話咧，其實我哋嘅老師咧，其實咧已經係好努力、好勤力咧去教學咁樣。咁所以如果家長有咩問題，可以直接咧同啲老師咧係商量。咁因為基於嗰個工會嘅問題啊，基於嗰個資源嗰個問題咧，咁樣其實校長咧其實嘅知道咧就係 so far 咧係冇一個咧係指定咧話咧係有幾多咧係幾多時間要咧係現場教學或者面對面教學啊咁樣，咁好多都係即係建議嘅啫。
Yeah, Mark, there's no mandate. Yeah, that's not something like I would even be allowed to do. So that's why, yeah, so that's something that's not mandated per se. Okay.
OK， 係，即係教育局係冇指定話咧，老師一定要教幾多分鐘咧，係實現場教學啊咁樣。
Yeah, and someone's asking about G&T combined with general ed. I understand that. But, you know, in terms of how instruction always works at PS 130 is we always we put the kids into small groups, right? So even if if a class was combined, there are times where you can have different groupings. So again, yeah, so that's how a mixture of G&T with general ed, just like in ICT, you have students who are special ed and general ed. They come together and they work together as one group. Okay.
OK， 咁咧有啲家長有問嗰個咧天才班嘅問題咁樣，咁咧就係校長講到話咧，其實即係雖然咧其實 啲班，即係你可能個天才班同其他啲另外普通班啲學生混喺一齊，但係我哋學校通常做法都係分小組嘅，咁就等於好多啲兩個老師教學方法啦咁樣，即係特殊教育嘅學生或者係普通教學生都會有唔同嘅組合啊，其實唔同嘅教法咁樣。
Yeah, just like an example is, if you have a writing assignment, right? It's the same assignment, but again, kids will write differently depending on how what their level of writing, right? Similar with reading, when you have independent reading, kids are reading different books, right? When you're doing a lesson in literacy, it's a strategy, but then when kids apply the strategy, they're doing it with different level books. So that's how it works in terms of, being able to teach a G&T, a general ed, ICT, English language learner all together, so that's how the instruction works.
OK， 咁下章解釋，譬如一個寫一個writing assignment 先算咧，一個寫作個功課嚟講啦。咁其實唔同嘅學生都有睇唔同嘅程度嘅寫作係咪？咁另外啲就 reading 閱讀方面，咁其實唔同嘅學生咧都有唔同唔同嗰個閱讀嗰個 level 嗰個程度啊咁樣。咁所以咧其實咧係要用咁嘅做法。
Yeah, someone asking a good question about, like, let's say a child is sick, or a child forgot to come to school, can they then go remote? That is something that we'll have to check with attendance policy because, we're not sure how strict it would be if they're supposed to be in school, but then they stay at home, can they still be marked present? That's something that I'll have to, I don't even know if they've figured out that policy yet, but I'll ask the attendance policy about, what happens when a child doesn't come to school when they're supposed to come to school. Will they be marked absent if they're still attending remote? Like what group would they put you in the remote? That would be harder. Okay.
因為有個家長問啦，如果我細路仔係譬如係選擇翻嚟學校翻學嘅，咁但係病咗，我又病咗，或者唔記得咗翻學，咁佢可唔可以就選擇喺屋企上課咧？咁樣，咁校長話咧係唔清楚究竟其實即係咁樣有冇即係會唔會承認佢有出勤啊，有翻學啊咁樣？呢個暫時未知，可能要再問清楚。
All right, everyone, a little past 8, and thanks, Wendy, for helping to translate. Again, thank you, everyone, for your patience. And I know this has been like the craziest year ever since March. Things are just not normal. And we have to work as a team. And I really thank you guys for being so many of you are answering all the emails, doing all the surveys that we ask. And, a lot of city, they haven't even filled out surveys, but you guys have let us know and you gave us a lot of information to work on. So we really appreciate you. And anything I can do, you just, email me. And if you need me to call you, give me your phone number, and we'll work together because, we want to be here for every one of your children.
係咪？咁咧就係咧，校長咧就話咧，其實咧好多謝大家今次嚟參加呢個會議。咁因為知道咧，其實喺3月開始咧，其實一切咧都唔係好正常嘅情況咁樣。但係校長咧好強調咧，我哋需要咧係互相合作。咁咧其實互相合作，同埋好感激咧係家長咧，其實填嗰啲問卷咧係俾到學校咧都好多嘅資料咧，知道我哋咧係可以點樣安排。咁咧如果學校與家長有任何需要咧，係不妨可以 email 電訊咧係俾校長，或者咧如果你想校長 call 你啊，打電話俾你亦都得咁樣。咁咧最重點咧就係學校咧其實強調咧係家長咧同我哋學校咧係一齊合作做好咁樣。
Yeah, we'll try to have our teachers out, if they come in the 8th and 9th, if that works well, hopefully the the teachers can plan a meeting to meet the families. And, I know it's a very short timeline to get that done, but thank you. And we'll let you know for sure. Okay.
OK， 咁樣所以而家其實如果學校真係老師係真係9月10號啊、9月9、8、9號返學嘅話咧，咁我哋咧會盡量啲啲老師咧會聯絡到家長，雖然咧時間好緊迫，但係我哋會即係盡量安排。
Yeah, I will definitely try to do at least one more session, before when we find out more, because I think everything's going to happen so quickly. So definitely I will try. I'm doing another one tomorrow morning, but it'll be the same kind of thing, just Q&A. So, and then in a week or two, we'll definitely come in again. All right.
Right. 咁我哋校長話咧，就相信咧喺未來咧仲會有多一次嘅會議，因為咧啲嘢咁多嘢咧發生得好快。咁聽朝咧會有通知有同一樣嘅家長嘅會議，但係好似今晚咁樣，都係一啲回答嗰啲問題啊咁樣。
Okay, have a good night, everyone. Be safe, all right? Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.